I'm Harsimar Singh and I will be introducing the project. Our team members are Mashat Chaudhary, Sanjana Kanchamreddy, and myself. A little bit about our topic. As the tourism is growing faster and faster, major tourist destinations are getting overcrowded. A little bit about our data set. Our data is set of all different rentals that took place in Cape Town. The data set has 19,278 rows and 16 variables. The aim of this analysis is to speculate how room type and all the other factors are dependent on each other. Now, Mashat Chaudhary will continue the meeting.
Thank you very much, Harsimar, for that. Moving on, here's a snapshot of our EDA dashboard and an overview of all the main characteristics of our data set. From here, we can see the total number of each room type, and over here, we can see a price distribution of all the listings, both in a bar chart and on a map. For our first research question, we studied what is the availability of different room types. After analyzing all the data, we came to the conclusion that hotel rooms had the highest average availability of 273.85 days a year. However, we found out despite this, hotel rooms were actually very low in number. You could only find 328 of them on Airbnb. Compare that to 14,349 of entire homes. For our second research question, we studied how our price and room types related. We found out that the average price of entire homes was the highest at 3,393 South African rand. However, there was significant overlap between entire homes and hotels, and the maximum price for hotels was actually higher than entire homes. And over here, we have a map showing all the more expensive listings, the ones that are higher than 15,000 rand. And from here, we can observe that the more expensive listings tend to be in the coastline of Cape Town and in downtown Cape Town. For our research question 3, we studied what are the most popular locations for Airbnbs and how are the different room types distributed across these locations. And we found out the more popular ones are Ward 115, 77, 61, 68. These are the more popular ones. And we found out that entire homes was the preferred accommodation type. And we found out that there's not much of a price correlation. Some are cheap, some are expensive. There's not much of a correlation over there. For our last research question, we studied how are the most reviewed Airbnbs priced and what room types do these listings have. We found out that the higher priced ones have less reviews and are therefore less popular. And this scatter plot confirms that. As you can see, there's a line of best fit. And here is a distribution of all the more popular listings. And again, we can see that entire homes were the preferred accommodation type. With that, I'd like to conclude, and I'd like to bring in Sanjana, who's going to be concluding this presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sanjana. I'll be explaining the research analysis dashboard, which summarizes the findings of the 4 research questions. So the broad research question is, what is the relationship between room type and other variables like availability, price, location, and the number of reviews? So there are 3 different filters on this dashboard, and each of these filters has been applied to all 4 worksheets. So now the first filter allows us to specify a range for the number of days the listings are available for. For example, I could slide this and set the range to 0 to 205, which means the data is filtered out to include only those listings which are available for 205 days or below. We can also see that the visualizations have changed accordingly so as to include details about the listings in this particular range. Another way of entering a range is to directly specify the number into the boxes. Now, the second filter allows us to select one or more neighborhoods. Neighborhoods in Cape Town are divided into different wards, from Ward 1 to Ward 116. By clicking on the drop-down, we can select one or more wards to filter our data on. For example, if I click on Ward 1, I'm able to see all the listings that are present within Ward 1. If I remove this filter, I'm able to see all the different room types as well. So this gives us the details of all the listings or properties that are present within Ward 1. Now, what's really neat about this map, especially when relating to this neighborhood filter, is that it gives us the exact location of Ward 1 and also helps us to see the distribution of different listings within Ward 1. So when you zoom into it, you're able to see that. And the third filter is this graph, and it helps us to filter data based on room types. So if I select a particular room type to filter on, hotel rooms, for example, or the rest of the graphs will filter data to show only the details about that particular room type. So if I remove this filter, then you're able to see all the room type, all the hotel rooms, and how they are distributed across the city of Cape Town. We're also able to select different room types at the same time by holding the shift button on the keyboard and selecting other room type labels. So this helps us to compare and contrast different room types. All in all, we can say that these filters, when they are used in combinations, they help us to segment data and analyze specific trends. So after a careful analysis of all our plots, we were able to conclude that most properties are along the seacoast of Cape Town or the neighboring areas, and a majority of them are entire homes or apartments. The most reviewed properties are entire homes and apartments as well, and almost all of these are listed at reasonable prices. Thus, to conclude, the location, price, availability, and the number of reviews play a very important role in influencing the demand for different room types in the city of Cape Town. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.